Sometimes people, in a fit of passion, will purchase a handgun to do bad things with it. Mr. President, even as my dad did, kill themselves. Waiting a few days helps. Requiring a simple background check every time a gun is sold is common sense. Now, we're not asking for a 3-day waiting period. We have technology now that doesn't take that long. But, Mr. President, it's common sense. That's why more than 90% of Americans, including the vast majority of gun owners, the majority of people who belong to the NRA, support our proposal to keep guns out of the hands of criminals and those with mental illnesses. That's what universal background checks, that's what it's all about. This legislation would also crack down on anyone who buys a gun as part of a scheme to funnel it to criminals, reducing violent crime and protecting police officers. The 3 things that are in the bill that's now before this body all were reported out of the Judiciary Committee led by Pat Leahy. Now, if anyone thinks that Pat Leahy is a wimp on guns, they've got another thought coming. He's from the state of Vermont. He boasts about a gun he has. He has a .50 caliber gun. I don't know why he wants one, but he's got one. He is a man who loves to shoot his guns. So this bill is reported out of the Judiciary Committee led by one of the people who knows about as much about guns as many people in this body, and more, I should say. This bill that came out of that committee gives schools across the country the resources to improve security and keep kids safe. It's called school safety. It's got federal trafficking in it. This legislation won't prevent every crime, especially those awful crimes. And background checks won't keep guns out of the hands of every violent madman. And we all know that. But we owe it to the American people to act as if there's a chance to save even one life, whether that life belongs to great-grandfather like Stanley Cooper or these babies who barely began to live in Newtown, Connecticut. Mr. President, they deserve a vote.